You notice he thanks everybody, but he doesn't get any thanks. I think he does, don't you? And he reads that stuff I wrote about myself very well. I appreciate that. This is a great night for you honorees. This is a terrific thing. We honor coaches, we honor athletes, and they meet as a team, in a sense, in the Hall of Fame. We honor them because of their body of work, and you can see that, so I don't need to go through it, and you will hear it explained in other terms farther on. But it is a great night. Those who helped them, however, you may not know. Those who supported them, who were in the stands and wincing when things didn't go right and cheering loudly when they did. We know that they care about you inductees very much. They represent something special. For those of us who participated at Doane, there were many of us. You might call it like the old biblical verse, and many are called and few are chosen. And so it is with this Hall of Fame. Many of us played. Not very many of us made it into the Hall of Fame. And that's how special the best of the best really are. David Brainerd Perry, in whose honor we sit in this building, was our first president for 40 years in 1872, and it was not too long after that, in the 1880s, that we began sports. And eventually you would call it intercollegiate athletics. David Brainerd Perry did that not just because it was something new in America, things like football and baseball, but the fact of the matter is he understood that in the heritage of liberal education, of the liberal arts, in fact, it is all about three factors put together, a kind of triangle. That is, of course, the mind, that is the brain power, and that's why you're here, to learn, to understand, and hopefully gain some small edge of wisdom. But secondly, to exercise also the body. To understand, as the ancient Greeks taught us, that you must, in fact, be whole. And being whole means, therefore, that we not only exercise the mind, but the body as well. David Brainerd Perry fully understood, too, that in all of this is a sense of values. There is a way to play the game. There's a way to participate and compete. There is a way to do it properly. And part of that is learned in the experience of liberal education at Doane College. There is also part of the sense of a search for excellence. Somehow, in this process, there is the need to meet a challenge. The challenge that will lead for leadership later. The challenge where the pressure is really on. Where you have to do something and do it now. You have to make a decision. You have to prepare yourself for that kind of experience. In those long hours of preparation, there is a growth that takes place. And there's a symbiotic relationship that occurs between yourself and other people, the teammates, the coaches, even the fans later on. But the fact of the matter is, it is also expression of who you are. You know, they're always saying something like this. Well, there's no I in team. Yeah? Well, there'd be no team if there weren't some I's. There has to be some individuals to make up the team. And each individual has a responsibility. Each individual has to participate, meet the challenge, and then succeed with honor, dignity, and hopefully with joy. I hope that these inductees remember the most joyous memories, because they had many, and many will be shared with us tonight. These are those that set a standard for us in athletics. You know, I was watching the Final Four, and they couldn't help me talk about the one and done and the 2 year and done, and not about staying all 4 years and being a true college student. Well, there's a difference here. I don't blame them for going for the money. That's okay. That's their choice. But you know, when they took the mask off people, when they get close up with the camera, you know what you see? Kids. They're 18 years old. They're 19 years old. And there's all this talk about, you know, this giant of a person. This person is going to the NBA. This person. They're still kids. Well, our kids also, they sign contracts. They sign autographs too. They sign a contract to be a Fulbright scholar. They sign a contract to teach in the school system. They sign a contract to go to medical school. They sign a contract to become a business contract or a corporate contract. They don't win, you know, for the whole state. Like the Nebraska thing, boy, they just can't wait. What happened in the Big Red? They win for us and themselves and their teammates. And you know, we love them just as much as anybody could. They win and they lose. And you know what they do the next day? Have to go to class, got a test. There's no North Carolina activity here. Here, they come for a degree in life, a preparation for the experience that includes athletics.